Okay guys, it is time to catch up on these Alliance Wars. We're going to try and bang these out today. I'll probably release them once a day because that's how I like to do things. We got APOCO this time. APOCO, yeah, for Apocalypse. These guys are one of the best alliances in the world. We have not had a bunch of easy matchups, and so this is going to be pretty crazy. And we were all going into this kind of just like, all right, let's see how good we can do it. We started off pretty good, to be fair. So anyway, the first champion I have is a duped 5-star skill champion, 455. Somebody with scouter lens went by here. I could see that it's 455, and then I'm like, okay, well, it's probably not the Gwenpool, right? So I didn't know who it was, and it turns out that it's actually Night Thrasher. So I'm taking an Iceman because there's a Mystic champion on Powershield, and I thought that it would be a Morningstar, right? I thought it was going to be Morningstar. So I thought, well, I'll take a Bleed Immune champion because Morningstar seems to be popular on that node, and we'll just spam the special one. We'll get her down eventually. So this Night Thrasher, I only took in Iceman just because I wasn't sure who it was going to be, and he seemed to be the most versatile to handle this. Could have taken Envision, of course, but you never know. So just trying to avoid these crazy skateboard specials and let those cold snaps, frostbite charges expire, do a little bit of extra damage, throw another special one, get that cold snap on him, try and detonate those, but actually got parried. That's because I think this node has Limber. We can actually check that. Yes, it does, 20% Limber. So basically I'm out of parries and I just gotta get it down, and I do. So not the biggest problem in the world, and we move on to node number 7, which also has Limber. So these are like the two Limber nodes that I usually have to face these days. I hadn't before seen anybody on 7 quite often, but it seems like nowadays we're seeing a lot of champions on node 7. So node 7 is a dupe 6-star Mystic champion. Turns out to be Loki. My little predictor actually did predict it for once. I'm starting to not see that these overlays, the little stat machine, as a predictor, but more of just this is kind of interesting. This is who we've seen on here. Maybe it'll give some ideas for placement in your battle groups, or maybe some ideas for who to avoid placing somewhere, because maybe in one video I might just run over like a train against a certain champion, but maybe sometimes I'll get caught. Like, I actually didn't think that was too bad placement for Night Thrasher. Did some decent damage to me. But anyway, moving on to node 14. This is like the heavy physical resistance node. And I get into it. It's a skill champion. I see the persistent charge, and I'm like, hey, okay, I know who this is. There's only one skill champion with persistent charges in this game at the moment, and I have him. It's Aegon. So you actually do have to... Well, you just need to be a little bit careful. Aegon gets these Furies, right? And the strength of the Fury, I believe, is fixed, but the quantity of them changes, right? So he will get up to 6 Furies no matter what, if you're fighting with him or if he's defending. But if you're attacking, then what you do is your combo meter can increase the number of Furies, which is how you get to those crazy numbers. So my guess is that if I took a hit while he has 6 Furies, that hit would be devastating. My guess is that it would be quite a lot of damage, and you wouldn't want to get hit. So I'm not sure if he's the worst champion to throw. I wonder how he would do on some of those nodes that increase the block penetration. I'm sure there's much better options though. So I take Envision because I'm like, okay, he's still a little bit new. We haven't fought him so many times. I'm just gonna try and keep him power drained, not try and dodge too many specials, and hopefully we'll get out of this okay. That's a little lag that's happening, not in the fight, but just on OBS. I think I have to restart my computer. It's been a little while. This is, I think... Oh, I should have checked. I can't tell if it's a 565 or not. I think it's a 455, and I think that the reason it's taking so long is that the node is stacked with physical resistance. So the first part, the diversity part of this path, goes off without a hitch, and we move on to a 565 Domino, who, well, she is easily the hardest option for me on this node. So by the time I got to this fight, we were losing pretty badly. So I didn't want to spoil anything, but here's the thing: is I needed to explain myself not using boost. I had one. You can see there. I just skimmed past it, but I had one invulnerability boost left, and this is only war number 9, and we weren't sure when those things were coming back at this time. So I said to my officers, like, do you want me to use my last? I could use this boost, and chances are I'll solo this fight. But it's my last boost, and maybe we want that for a war that's actually closer, And so they said no. So I said, okay, well, they said save the boost, and I said I'll just throw on this special 3 defense boost. They're a lot cheaper, and I picked those up as well. So I threw it on, and let's get into this fight. Sorry. And I go in, and basically I'm just hoping for no critical failures. I've done this fight a couple times, and I know how it goes, and I did get a critical failure right off the bat. So there was a 30% chance of that happening, and it did. So that is why I ate an L3. So right now I'm sitting at 37%. Those special 3 defense boosts, I'm pretty sure they're working now, because that was pretty impressive to be able to eat that. So I have to intercept her. I don't know why. I think that's because dexterity failed. So then synthesis also failed, which is great. And so synthesis can fail, and also my power drain can fail. So right now I need a special one to work, and it actually works. So thank God for that. And now I'm just trying to get her up to another special 3 again before power drain, and I get another successful power drain. Synthesis works this time, so man, it looks like we are in business now, right? Everything's going just according to plan. I'd love to get up to a special 2 to do the big power drain, because I'm sick of being in this cycle. So I go for a 5-hit combo, but she gets lucky. I needed to throw that thing fast because I thought she would evade if I did more attacks. I wanted to reduce the chances of her evading. So unfortunately, her lucky mechanic is another thing that I have to worry about. I have some ideas on how I can tackle this node in the future. So let's just, we'll talk about that as we go on. So another special one succeeds. I'm kind of playing with fire here though, because so many special ones. I really need a special 2 to just drain this girl all the way down. So it's crazy. So anyway, another critical failure on the special 3. So it's pretty much over from this point. As soon as she throws the special, I'm gonna die. Out of all those specials that succeeded, I was bound to happen again. The major issue with this fight was the first one failing. I really needed that first one to succeed, the special 2. The fight gets really out of hand if that one fails. So I don't know who to take against this node. I think I could take Corvus Glaive and boost up fully, and with suicides that would work. That's a really expensive option. I also considered Archangel. Archangel can actually parry this girl, and then if I get the neurotoxin, or not parry, he won't have I can parry her as long as I have oh god, what is it? The distance, right? So I need the distance so I can parry that first shot, and parry won't ever fail. Like sometimes parry will fail with a normal champion just because. So that's that, and so I need this. I decided not to test the power drain because I needed vision again later on, and I decided to just go for the kill. So there we go. So we've got some options potentially. Magic won't work. I could rank up Ghost potentially, but I don't know. It's kind of a struggle, I kind of think it would be fun to try Archangel, but we'll see how this goes. So I get to this node, the Powershield node, and it turns out it's not Morningstar because I don't see the persistent charges. I'm like, oh god, it's probably Dormammu, and this is my best option for this. I only have Iceman, so Jesus Christ, here we go. So, a 565 Dormammu. This is courtesy of APOCO, right? That block damage is ridiculous. Thank you, Challenger rating, for that one. And I'm noticing that the Cold Snap is doing way less damage than I remember back from like my season 1 or 2 days on this node. Probably because the defenders back then were 550 level and now they are 565 level. So that's just a product of me not being on this path for a very long time. I can't remember, how it goes, but I do take the first special 3 on purpose. I didn't want to try and bait too many special 2s. I'd rather take 5% from a special 3 and drain 3 bars of power from him, and then I gain a bar of power, and I can throw a special 1. So I was like, okay, this is bad. This is not going great, but it's not going terrible either. I mean, this is kind of what I wanted, right? And then unblockable special 2, and I'm dead. I'm dead. So at this point, I'm like raging. Not raging, but I'm just like, guys, I know that we said we're not gonna like go crazy on this war. We didn't want to waste too many items, but we have to finish our path, right? So I heal up Iceman again. I'm low on items. I stop healing him up because I'm like, I got a poison node next, and depending on who it is, I'm probably going to want to heal up Vision. So I stop healing up Iceman thinking, you know what, I can probably do this. I ate an unblockable special 2. Why did I do that? I shouldn't have eaten an unblockable special 2. So I get a perfect bait of a special 1. I get a parry there. At this point, I'm like, okay, can you just bait your special 1, please? That would be great. Or could you just throw it? But he's not throwing it, so I realize I'm starting to take some chip damage, so I need to go. I need to go. I should have done a 5-hit combo into them, but it didn't work out that way, so I push him to special 3 now on purpose, just like the first time, and it's all, of course, going according to plan. This is what I wanted. This is what I tried to do the first time. The degen's ridiculous, of course. That's way too much degen for me. And then I get hit. I don't know. I got hit. I don't know how it happened. Just nerves, I guess. Nerves of not nerves of steel. Nerves of putty. I don't know what happened. So at this point, I'm really raging, and I made a big mistake taking in Vision. I could have probably continued to help my alliance if someone came in and cleaned the Dormammu up, and then I could go in with Vision and kind of finish off the poison node afterwards. That would have been the good thing to do. But I should have waited. But at this point, I say, okay, well, I'm going in. I'm going to go use my special 3. Also, I kind of wanted to prove to someone. They said, oh, you should bring Vision for Powershield. He's really good. And here's proof that this is absolutely not the case. So, I don't know, a little speed up right there. That was weird. I'm going to have to bait another special 2, eat the block damage. We are running real close to danger zone right here. Get the power drain, does a little bit of damage, 1 more power drain, actually gets the kill, and I am out. I can't do anything at this point. That was the last fight for me in that war. I did so bad. Definitely the worst war for me of this season. We lost, which we expected. I mean, what can you expect going up against guys like those? Shout out to you guys in APOCO. You guys are really strong. Interestingly enough, this was my first death to a mini-boss the whole season, so I'm pretty happy about that. I'd like to get my deaths on my normal path down, and believe me, I am making rank-up decisions in accordance with that. Forget the Aegon that I just did, but I also took up Magic and awakened her, and I think she'll be useful for Powershield nodes like that. I think she probably could have done that Dormammu fight without problems, right? So now we have Magic for that, and who knows? We'll see. And I think I have Corvus for some of the things that Magic maybe can't do. So I think we're gonna have that locked down. So the last thing we need to get locked down is Domino on that node on the mini boss. But I think Corvus can spam potentially if I get there fast enough. If I use an advanced power boost. I think that Vision with an invulnerability boost can obviously do it. That's no problem. You just have to get those. They never come in the store anymore. I haven't gotten an invulnerability boost in a while. And I actually have, I think Captain America Infinity War with an invulnerability boost could do it. We'd have to see. And I need to do some testing, but if I do manage to pull Quake, I'm not sure if she can do it or not. But it would depend on whether or not Domino's ability accuracy reduces Quake's chance to evade. I've taken her versus Black Widow, and maybe I'm just really lucky, but I've always been able to evade Black Widow, so I'm not sure what's the deal with that, but we'll have to do some research. But anyway, guys, this was kind of a long one, mostly because I kept dying. Sorry for the crap gameplay, but you guys understand. These kind of wars happen. So we're going to move on to the next war, and take care.